So, when we talk about our reality that we live in being a simulation, and we see so many things, or we're starting to see so many things through technology and the internet, and through being able to connect with each other and follow that curiosity while using our own common sense and discernment. Like, okay, I'm sorry, I got a piece of hair in my mouth. Of course, right now. Mm, hold on. Okay. So, say we are in a simulation, and of course, we would have so many questions. Why? How? And who or what is controlling it all. Some people say that we're just an idea, we're just a vibration, we're just a vision of one singular being that was here, a mental construct that existed before biblical times, before the Bible, before Genesis, before the whole let there be light. There was darkness, formless, um, frequency. There was already sound because the sound waves are what produce our color spectrum. So anyway, without getting all into all that, so uh, okay, so before I can even try to figure out what actually created us, our reality, and how, if we are all just one being projected out in fractals and scales of color, sound, vibration, frequency, of like everything that exists. It's like I can try to explain it a little bit more in a more articulate, non-rambling way, but right now I'm just like kind of rambling. But so how would this source energy create this reality, the 3D reality? Like, how are we seeing, we pretty much, we know how the human eye works. We know, the light enters through the cornea, the retina, all of that, and sends a signal to your brain, which then inverts the image and then projects it. We see our reality in like through that way. But if we're all programmed, see, this is the thing. If this is a simulation and this is all an illusion, like most of the illusion, I'm starting to get heartburn. Most of the illusion is optical because it's what we see as our reality. So me knowing there's three main types of optical illusions. There's cognitive, there's literal, and there's physiological, where the brain receives a signal but misinterprets what it's perceiving. So we are in a simulation. Optical illusion would be huge, and also illusory movement like vection, which is illusory self motion, um, where a person feels like they're moving even though they're stationary, along with some stroboscopic effect, maybe. But the key to us perceiving the sim, it has to be the neurons. The neurons in our brain, I think most of them are in the cerebellum, and they're throughout our body, that these neurons are the signal transmitters to our peripheral nervous system and our central nervous system. And if you look at a neuron, it looks like a tree of life type of structure. Like there are, I'll try to put a picture or something at the end of this video, but I'm like, why do they look like that? They look like little trees with branches and roots. And I have so many things that I'm curious about that I would like to share here, like an open discussion. Like I'm not going to try to pretend like I have all the answers and I know all the I know everything. Because just when you think you know exactly how to explain our reality, there's more and more layers and levels. And I mean, just to put it lightly, there's this infinite quantum energetic field. It's always moving. So that's part of it, I think. The dynamic movement without that constant churning, like the art, like a torus field, without the dynamic movement, there would be no reality. So it's always changing and moving, because if not, so like I said, if this is a simulation, illusory movement and different varying optical illusions would more than likely be where we would start, I think. I sit around and read a lot of things. I think about a lot of things. There's this book. Do I have it nearby? I'll share it next time. I think there's this book. It's on like transhumanism. There's also a couple of websites that I'll try to remember to share here between certain websites, certain books, and certain okay. Do I talk about that now? I think that's a whole nother topic. There's something interesting I found. Um, it blew my mind, and it's been like on my mind for months. Like it was almost creepy. Like, but I think I need to share it because, I mean, why not? Like, the only thing is, I can read things and interpret them quickly and get it. It's when I go to explain it to someone else that I get tongue tied. And so I'm trying to think of the best way to deliver some of the things that I've read, that I know, that I found, and in a way that it just kind of flows a little bit. So I like to share some of that stuff here on this particular platform because I think it's fun, and I think it's our responsibility to look a little deeper at our reality and look beyond the veil and beyond just what we have taught, and use our common sense and discernment and our, our our higher knowledge and higher intelligence, and pull from that collective consciousness, because it's always there, it's always giving, it's always speaking and reaching out to us and showing us the codes, showing us sacred secret knowledge if you know how to pay attention. I pay attention to a lot. Sometimes I can't just do the 3D world, the 3D reality, because it gets a little mundane for me. And I don't know, maybe I feel like I've lived thousands of lifetimes already. Maybe I'm just a little jaded in the 3D reality now. So it's like, what else? Especially this reality, like, this can't be life. Especially ever since, let's just say 5 years ago, the reset. So, yeah, I want to discuss some of the higher knowledge and some of the topics that I talk to only with certain people. So, I'm thinking of how to open up that line of communication on my channel where we can discuss these things, and I can look over some of the stuff and that I come across, because I take like notes and I take like screenshots and I download stuff. Like, I have so many notebooks, papers, hanging out, falling out. So it gets real around here when I get rabbit holing. But yeah, so if we're in a simulation, right, we're the hardware. The human body is the hardware. And we send out energetic signals that can travel the whole world within a few seconds. Like our energetic signals travel the world no matter where we are. So people on the other side of the world can pick up on your energetic field. That's why even when certain people may do readings, they may be from the UK or somewhere, and you resonate with a reading because we are constantly connected to each other all the time. We're always radiating, pulsating our energy out. And also, we can absorb and take in energy. And energy translates into signals sent to our nervous system. And in a quantum metaphysical universe, it can translate or feel like a simulation. So I don't know. Let's all get to the bottom of this. Let's see what we come up with. I think we're supposed to figure it out because Google, well, they had the chip, the what was it? What's it called? Willow, the quantum chip, and I think they pulled it because we are getting very, very close to singularity. We are getting very close to when computers can transmit just as fast as the human mind. So we may need to all come together and really figure out I mean, we are the original advanced technology. We're the original AI. The human body, us, we're the original AI. Our brains, our neurons, the electric and chemical interactions with from the human body with the entire universe. We interact with the stars, the planets, the moon, the sun. We breathe in as oxygen the carbon monoxide that the trees release. So we are already connected. We are already connected as the hardware and the software when we can receive certain light codes and downloads. So that's a lot of the reason why our physical world is being tampered with, contaminated, and one of the ways that we are now being programmed is through nanotechnology and energetic waves that we cannot see, but we can feel them. And that then, those vibrations can then cause almost like a mind control effect on us, because certain vibrations, especially low vibrations, we can't even feel them. But then we will start to operate in a lower consciousness, vibration, lower actions that do not serve us or the collective as a whole. So I don't know, maybe it's just time that we all start coming together and figure this out instead of worrying about things that really don't matter. I mean, the material world is cool and all. We can have fun and we can find comfort and luxuriousness and everything, but aren't we supposed to ultimately like figure out what is this that we're living in? Why are we here? Like, really? And it does go deeper than religion. It goes deeper than religion, culture, subculture, because at the bigger macrocosmic picture, we are just one being, projected out as billions and trillions and zillions of separated beings. It's like that's the only way we would experience, or how, as our highest self, as source, that's the only way to experience self, is through the other. But the reality being, there is no other. This is all an illusion, optical illusion, vection, maybe. So yeah, let's talk about it. I'm gonna think of how to kind of bring up these kind of things or discuss it, or I'll find a way to go live maybe, and we can all get together and chit chat and have some snacks and drink our coffee or something. We can just kind of talk about it, throw some things around, when create maybe a little community where we can figure this out together, you know. But because collectively, if we all have each other's best interests at heart, then how can we lose? We can't go wrong. And I think maybe it's time that we get it. It's time that we start to kind of work at that. There's no right or wrong answers, and I don't think there's many truths that can exist simultaneously. Like, we all can live what would appear as something contradictory to our own truth, but at the very basic, smallest microcosmic level, we all share the same truth. And also, we all share the same truth at the biggest macrocosmic level that we can't even perceive in this 3D world. So we have to find and maintain those bridges that can connect us, because we're so separated. But I think it's time that we learn how to be separate in a healthy way and not divided. I don't know. Like, master the simulation. Ooh, maybe that could be the title. It's time to master the simulation. Let's figure out the vocabulary. Let's figure out how to communicate this new vocabulary, or old or ancient or futuristic, depending on how you perceive it, where you are in your process and journey. So yeah, I keep looking outside because I'm waiting for the sun to come out. I was like, look at me trying to manifest that I got sunglasses. No, I'm just playing, but yeah, the sun is not out, but that's okay. It made me sit the hell down for 2 seconds and not just run outside because I love the sun. I love to be outside. I don't like the heat, but I love the sun. I need the sun. I'm like a little plant. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go for now. But yeah, let's chit chat about this again real soon. All right. Bye bye.